So NXT happened. Pretty Daily started with the show mentioning what happened last week in the end of the show. They mentioned how last week's event will be eliminated because they what happened to them because they're the hosts of Stand and Deliver. Like them losing the title match and also the Braun Breaker Carmelo Hayes thing. They said, "Oh, all the neckbeards won't watch." So it's funny. All these wrestlers nowadays they're mentioning the term neckbeards, huh? Like isn't so they're basically like bashing Smarks, which is like, but they're like ripping off the YWC. It's like it's funny they're doing that. The YWC IWC. So it's like it's funny how wrestlers nowadays are mentioning neckbeard Mongol like these neckbeards. They're mentioning fat neckbeards. Like you're seeing that more in wrestling nowadays, which is funny. I don't know why Paige got fined for that, by the way, too. It's like, what the fuck? But hey. Then Mello and Trick Williams interrupts. Pretty Deadly only speaks the King's English, so they don't understand what they're saying. Basically, because they're talking about rap, they're like rapping and shit, like get it, mean what you talking about, baby, right? Like, eh? But it seems like they would want a match, and Trick confirms that Pretty Deadly versus Mello and Braun tonight. Mello is a bit confused, and a Pretty Deadly sneaks attacks them. A brawl ensues, and then all you need to know is that Braun Breaker and you know Braun Breaker makes a save. He helps out Trick Williams, but there's a little dissension between them. Like why? Whatever. Yeah, so they're doing the whole this can they coexist, which they did mention that on the I know they mentioned that even on Raw, like this never works. Like they always will they ever coexist? And also they kind of mentioned Carmelo mentioned like later like I don't want to do this. Can we coexist? Shit. Tiffany Tiffany Stratton defeats Indy Hartwell. By the way, fucking Tiffany Stratton is really good. She's really athletic in all the good places. I'm pretty sure she's pretty flexible. But yeah, Stratton, not only hot, but she's really athletic, man. She's doing moonsaults and shit. Like hell yeah. And she's gonna move on to be part of the ladder match for the women's title, whatever. There's no picture, but they do show what is it the women's tag champs. I think Fallon Hanley she reveals how to Kiana James that she knows about Sebastian, who's a person that she's supposedly cheating on, from the Brooke Jensen guy. Um, yeah. Hey, it at least gives a reason to like care about some sort of like that little story there. Plus, it doesn't help like it helps that they're hot and shit, so it's good stuff. Gallus are like playing pool, but then the Creed brothers basically decided to play pool. They're like having competitive games or whatever, not just that they're throwing darts. But they said the only way to settle their like tiebreakers, like why not to have a title match. Then eventually they see Tony D'Angelo and Two Stacks wanting a title match. I don't know. So it leads to like eventually I think they're getting a shot. So it'll be a triple threat tag match between all of them at the Stand Deliver. So we'll see what happens from there. Gigi Dolan says it sucks for Jane's shoulder, but sorry, not sorry, because Jane made her life hell, and she's gonna she can watch at home while Gigi wins the title. Tiffany Stratton does interrupt, and she says she has a Tiffany epiphany, and says she's gonna climb and win the title toodles. Not gonna lie, this segment was hot. Fucking Mackenzie Minnesot's hot reporter. Gigi Dolan does look good here, and Tiffany Stratton, who's sadly just not like involved in this picture, it was hot, man. Like I'm telling you, like I'm intrigued with the women here because they look like women. So there you go. You got Wesley, basically like saying, "Yo, me, like I know everybody saw me, come for me and Shawn Michaels come for each other and shit. I'm guarantee you, we're not gay, man, shit, but I want to feast the best and the best, man. I'm ain't gonna go away with what I say because I love open assholes. I like to spread my assholes in the world, man. Shit." Then Dragon Lee comes out. All the smarks are jizzing. They pretend like Dragon Lee's some big star or whatever. Again, I don't know who the fuck or Smarks don't. Besides Smarks, no one knows who the fuck really cares about Dragon Lee. But unless they like portray him like sure, if they portray him in a way where like you're introducing the wrestler, then fine, they're not really doing that, like we're assumed to supposedly know him. So far, I will say this a positive about Dragon Lee. The guy couldn't speak English, so good for him. I think that's really interesting. So that's really good for him so far. You know, he's kind of like already. He can kind of give me a little bit of Rey Mysterio vibes too. It's like he's speaking in Spanish too. So it's like, you know, oh, and you know, JD McDonald, he wants a title shot too, and then like the other guy, E.G. Dragunov, and then they're like selling in the match or whatever. And so there you go. Oh, yeah. Indy Hart was mad, and then she sees Zoe Stark or whatever. Uh, so it ends in a no contest. Like, so basically wasting time with smarky bullshit no one cares about. And oh, everybody fucking brawls. So all four of them, like, they're gonna be in the title match because, you know, they accept. And then Wesley later on says, like, you know, the last participant will be determined by a battle royal, whatever. Yeah, like, this is after, like, asking him, like, wanting another shot or whatever. Javi, whatever the fuck, it's the guy who's like basically a jobber, but he's like kind of like imitating people. It like this guy has some promise, and he's like being treated like, you know, he's just gonna lose and get beat up by people. It's like, damn, but I guess he's like good for that. So he comes out as like with Johnny Gargano's theme and looking like Johnny Gargano's. He's the heart and soul, whatever, you know. And it's funny, but then Johnny Gargano comes out and it's like the most fakest fucking beat up I ever seen. It's like it's so unimitating. Like, and again, legit a 5 foot guy, a short fucking guy like Gargano could beat this guy up. Like, come on here. It looks so stupid and fake. Then eventually Johnny Gargano says, you know, I'm angry, blah blah blah. Oh, yeah, I'm very angry. Like it's the most gay shit. Like I swear, it's the most fake emotion, stupid gay shit. And especially like what ruins this. I'm sorry, what ruins this segment is like was literally last week's segment with the fucking stupid home invasion. It was like one of the most worst home invasions I've seen. The fucking emotion with fucking Candice LeRae. Like holy shit, and they had the audacity to legit recap it, and you know, they try to edit in a way where like, you know, Sky, stop. No, don't attack him. Like, I swear to God. Basically, Johnny Gargano mentions like, oh, I could decide stipulation for our match, and I want an unsanctioned match. Wow, wow, whoop-de-doo, an unsanctioned match, and I don't care. At least it like, yeah, Johnny Gargano giving the contract to I think one of the announcers, so that way he can sign it. Like Gruel says, you know, you're on or whatever, and then a super kick to this guy right after because get it, because Gargano was very angry and I don't give a fuck. Lava Cara, basically a less fun version of Paige. I don't get like, well, she is the whatever. She defeated Ivy Nile. Did they forget what happened with Ivy Nile and her partner? Like they, I don't know. It is what it is. There's gonna be a debut of Andy Trope, and apparently this is what this guy looks like. This guy looks like a fucking meth addict, and this is the guy. Apparently his name is Carl Fendrick. Well, who the fuck? Ah, man. I mean, at least they're doing vignettes, but it's like this is like legit only a week vignette. It's not like 2-3 weeks and we're like getting to know the character. We still don't know who the fuck this guy is. Like the beauty of Tony D'Angelo, like he actually bothered to do like vignettes that lasted for weeks and it worked. But really, this guy looks like really this is the wrestler that they're bringing in. Come on here. You get a debate with the Chains University and what is it? The Schism. I don't know, some stupid debate like, yeah, we know we this is why we should be around or whatever. We are the best of openness or whatever. I don't know. We are some stupid shit that leads to stand delivered that the winner gets to keep their faction or whatever. I don't fucking know. So it's like a loser least faction group, whatever. I don't know. I don't care. Yeah, they're all off the fire Maggle. They're like pub, and it just leads to a triple threat tag team shit. And the main event, Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker defeat Pretty Deadly. So they did coexist or whatever, even though there's a lot of dissension between each other. But yeah, they defeated Pretty Deadly, and yeah, you know, I can see they can coexist or whatever. And now, you know, staring on the title. I don't know. Show was just It just meh. Pretty mid show, as they say, right? No one really cares about fucking NXT. I'm sorry. It's just, and literally like Stand Deliver is gonna be the same night as WrestleMania Night One, like our same day. Like, come on, I need my break, and it's gonna be the Hall of Fame night before, along with SmackDown. Oh boy, help me. That's all I have to say, people. Just keep real, get your gains, close magnetically. Buy me some bitches, go shit. You don't want to do this when it's on Tuesdays, and you might as well just fuck some chicks, you know. Talk some chicks and all that stuff. Get her, give a call to her. Fucking the big black couch too. You know, get a chick and fucking the big black couch with some Coca-Cola and Styles glasses. Good stuff. Other than this is NXT for you. Also say, pretty meh show because you know it's not like exciting or whatever. But there's some progressing stuff, like sure. Oh yeah, how can I forget? Like later in the show, actually screw it because there's no like picture again. I don't know why, but yeah, they show Fallon Henley getting attacked by the UK chicks or whatever. The fucking was it Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. But then like Kiana Jane saves her, so that like building their relationship. Looked hot though, not gonna lie, the calf fight, you know. So yeah, but yeah, that entirely show was pretty me, you know. Till next time, everybody. Peace. Yeah, bye.